If you're confused about the way the world is at the moment and the way it's going, that's because you haven't yet shifted into understanding this is a spiritual war and demons are real. Demons have a hierarchy. They are organized. They don't give, they love screwing up your life, and they have no remorse whatsoever about this. And they've been working hard on the human race for a very long time. Demons like lust, envy, pride. These demons love taking your energy, and they've infiltrated the entire human race, all of our lives. Pre-COVID, everybody was demonically possessed, including me, including everybody on the planet. But it's so subtle that most people don't realize this. Because it's subtle, we find ourselves in daily situations where we're worried about something, we're angry about something, or we're anxious about something. That's all demons. That's not a natural human state of being. The natural state for us is to be in the frequency of love and compassion and caring. And they use that against us because we are naturally compassionate and caring, which is why so many people say, well, this is a welcome place for immigrants, and you know, always doing his best. You know, well, you know, the Prime Minister may have let Jimmy Savile off and maybe cutting everybody's heating allowances that's going to kill 4,000 pensioners in the UK, but you know, he's doing his best in difficult economic times. You know, we have had a pandemic and blah blah. It's all bullshit. Every time you go into those feelings of anger and anxiety and despair and guilt and shame, that's two of their biggest weapons against us. Guilt and shame propagated by satanic organizations like the Catholic Church. Now, I'm not saying Catholics are satanic, but the Catholic Church is. And these are limited hangouts. Things like the church or the churches and the cults that are popping up everywhere. These are all limited hangouts designed to pull you in with a bit of truth, with a bit of spiritual truth, or a bit of truth about finances, or whatever it is that buzzes your buttons. And they pull you in so that they can do a controlled demolition on you, right? This is why I speak out against tyranny, because it's a real thing, and we have to look out for this, because the whole point of this period of time that we're in is that we are at the end of a spiritual war, and the theatre that we see around us is designed to get you as an individual to reconnect with your creator, because we are not an accident of evolution. Darwin was another limited hangout. E equals MC squared was another limited hangout. These are all pillars, cornerstones of the lies that we've been told in the last 200 years at least, that convince us that this reality that we're in is something that it isn't. What it actually is a frequency prison that's keeping us harnessed in the lower densities and the lower frequencies in order to feed off us, because we are the farm animals. We are not the top of the food chain in the current situation. So if the world is confusing you right now, please take some time to sit in nature. Sitting in nature is the greatest thing that you can possibly do, especially if you're barefoot on the grass, because then you're grounding yourself, and you cannot live in a state of fear. It's how they control the human race, and we are seeing this control structure being demolished in front of us, even though it looks like, you know, we're living in a fascist state with digital IDs and digital passports and forced vaccinations and mass immigration that's destroying our culture. And yes, these things are playing out in front of us, but in my opinion, and you know, I don't really care if you disagree, I'm not bothered, it doesn't matter, because I'm past caring, and that's really a good state to be in, is when you stop worrying about what other people think of you. When you are in that state, when you can just find a center point, a 0 point energy point within you where you are creating your world on a daily basis, on a minute by minute basis, then you are starting to move towards reconnecting with the true you, your higher self. And that higher self, the true you, is an eternal spirit. Once you understand that, you've lost the biggest fear that there is, and the biggest fear that there is in this world is the fear of death, which is really what COVID was all about, wasn't it? Are you afraid of dying or not? Would you be prepared to stand up and say no against all that pressure? Nobody was forced to have a vaccine. They were coerced, bullied, tempted, bribed. I mean, some people took it to get a fucking donut. But anyway, it's all about your frequency. If you can keep your frequency high today, we're winning the war. If you learn how to protect yourself against demonic attacks, we're winning the war. And the more of us that do it, we change the consciousness. Each one of us that does this changes the consciousness of thousands, if not hundreds or tens of thousands of people, and the land that we're on. We are surrounded by spell work. Yeah, it's in the trees, it's in the water, it's in the land, you know, but we all have the ability to undo it because we're extremely powerful. They know that, which is why they go to all these lengths to put you in a lower frequency. So I hope this message reaches whoever needs to hear it, and I wish you all a wonderful day.